Roadside Stand. A poem by Robert Frost. The little old house was out with a little new shed in front at the edge of the road where the traffic sped, a roadside stand that too pathetically pled, it would not be fair to say for a dole of bread, but for some of the money, the cash, whose flow supports the flower of cities from sinking and withering faint. The polished traffic passed with a mind ahead, or if ever aside a moment, then out of sorts at having the landscape marred with the artless paint of signs that with N turned wrong and S turned wrong offered for sale wild berries in wooden quarts, or crook-necked golden squash with silver warts, or beauty rest in a beautiful mountain scene. You have the money, but if you want to be mean, why keep your money, this crossly, and go along. The hurt to the scenery wouldn't be my complaint so much as the trusting sorrow of what is unsaid. Here far from the city we make our roadside stand and ask for some city money to feel in hand to try if it will not make our being expand, and give us the life of the moving pictures promise that the party in power is said to be keeping from us. It is in the news that all these pitiful kin are to be bought out and mercifully gathered in to live in villages, next to the theater and the store, where they won't have to think for themselves anymore, while greedy good doers, beneficent beasts of prey, swarm over their lives enforcing benefits that are calculated to suit them out of their wits, and by teaching them how to sleep they sleep all day, destroy their sleeping at night the ancient way. Sometimes I feel myself I can hardly bear the thought of so much childish longing in vain, the sadness that lurks near the open window there, that waits all day in almost open prayer for the squeal of brakes, the sound of a stopping car, of all the thousand selfish cars that pass, just one to inquire what a farmer's prices are. And one did stop, but only to plow up grass in using the yard to back and turn around, and another to ask the way to where it was bound, and another to ask could they sell it a gallon of gas. They couldn't, this crossly, they had none, didn't it see? No, in country money, the country scale of game, the requisite lift of spirit has never been found, or so the voice of the country seems to complain. I can't help owning the great relief it would be to put these people at one stroke out of their pain. And then next day as I come back into the sane, I wonder how I should like you to come to me and offer to put me gently out of my pain.
कविता का सारांश हिंदी में। सड़क के किनारे एक छोटा सा घर था जिसके आगे एक छोटा सा नया शेड बना हुआ था। उस शेड में कुछ ग्रामीण लोगों ने एक छोटी सी दुकान खोल रखी थी। वह दुकान इतनी गरीब और दुखी लग रही थी कि कोई उसे देखकर यह नहीं कह सकता था कि वह भिक्षा मांग रही है, बल्कि वह बस उन शहरवासियों से कुछ पैसे चाहती है जिनके पैसे से शहरों की खूबसूरती बरकरार रहती है। लेकिन वह चमचमाती हुई कारें तेजी से उस दुकान के आगे से गुजर जाती थीं। अगर कभी किसी कार ने थोड़ी देर के लिए रुका भी तो वह सिर्फ इसलिए कि उस दुकान के बोर्ड पर लिखी हुई अनाड़ी चित्रकारी और गलत लिखे हुए अक्षरों से वह कार का चालक नाराज हो गया। उस बोर्ड पर लिखा था कि उस दुकान में जंगली जामुन, टेढ़ी मेढ़ी सुनहरी लौकी और पहाड़ों के खूबसूरत दृश्य वाली सुंदर तस्वीरें बेची जाती हैं। कविता में कवि कहता है कि उस दुकान के बोर्ड पर लिखी हुई चीज़ों से उसका कोई ऐतराज नहीं है, बल्कि उसे उस बोर्ड के पीछे छिपी हुई उन ग्रामीणों की उम्मीद और निराशा पर तरस आता है। वे ग्रामीण लोग शहर से दूर रहकर सड़क के किनारे यह दुकान खोलते हैं और शहरवासियों से कुछ पैसे पाने की उम्मीद करते हैं ताकि वे भी शहरवासियों की तरह एक अच्छी जिंदगी जी सकें। कवि कहता है कि यह खबर है कि इन सभी ग्रामीणों को जल्द ही खरीद लिया जाएगा और उन्हें एक बस्ती में बसा दिया जाएगा, जहां उन्हें अपने लिए सोचने की जरूरत नहीं होगी और उनके जीवन में हर तरह की सुविधाएं प्रदान की जाएंगी। लेकिन कवि को डर है कि इस तरह से ग्रामीणों की सोने की क्षमता को नष्ट कर दिया जाएगा और वे रात को नहीं सो सकेंगे। कवि कहता है कि वह कभी कभी यह सोचकर बहुत दुखी हो जाता है कि इतने सारे ग्रामीण व्यर्थ में शहर से कुछ उम्मीद लगाए हुए हैं। उनकी आंखों में एक उदासी छाई रहती है और वे दिन भर इस उम्मीद में सड़क पर नजरें गड़ाए रहते हैं कि कोई कार रुकेगी और उनसे उनकी चीज़ों की कीमत पूछेगी। लेकिन बहुत कम कारें ही उस दुकान के आगे रुकती हैं। एक कार रुकी भी तो सिर्फ इसलिए कि उसके चालक को अपने कार को पलटना था। दूसरी कार रुकी तो सिर्फ यह पूछने के लिए कि उसका चालक कहाँ जाना चाहता है। और तीसरी कार रुकी तो सिर्फ 1 गैलन पेट्रोल मांगने के लिए। लेकिन उस दुकान में पेट्रोल नहीं था। कवि कहता है कि ग्रामीण लोगों को देश के पैमाने पर सोचना चाहिए और देश की अर्थव्यवस्था में अपना योगदान देना चाहिए। उन्हें इस बात की शिकायत है कि देश के विकास में उनका उचित योगदान नहीं माना जाता है। कवि कहता है कि वह कभी-कभी सोचता है कि इन ग्रामीणों को उनके दुखों से मुक्त करने के लिए उन्हें एक झटके में मार देना ही बेहतर होगा। लेकिन अगले दिन जब वह अपने होश में आता है तो वह सोचता है कि वह खुद भी चाहता है कि कोई उसके पास आए और उसे उसके दुखों से मुक्त करने के लिए उसे मार दे। कविता में कवि ग्रामीणों की गरीबी, उनकी निराशा और उनका शोषण दिखाता है। वह देश के विकास में ग्रामीणों के योगदान को भी रेखांकित करता है। A Roadside Stand is a poem written by American poet Robert Frost, and it explores themes of rural life, economic struggle, and the contrast between the countryside and the city. The poem consists of 3 stanzas and uses vivid imagery to convey the emotions and experiences of rural farmers struggling to make a living from their roadside stand. Stanza 1. The poem begins by describing a small old house with a new shed in front of it. This structure is located at the edge of a road where fast-moving traffic passes by. The stand is positioned on the roadside, and it seems to be in a desperate condition. The speaker hints at the idea that the people running the stand are not asking for charity, a dole of bread, but rather seeking a fair exchange of money for their goods. They depend on this income to support the flourishing cities. Stanza 2. The second stanza describes the passing traffic. Most of the drivers are in a hurry, preoccupied with their thoughts. They find the landscape marred by the artless advertising signs, which point in the wrong directions, N and S turned wrong. These signs advertise the sale of wild berries, squash, and a scenic beauty rest, emphasizing the contrast between rural simplicity and the commercialized, bustling city life. The speaker suggests that those who have money could buy these products, but dismisses them as mean if they don't. Stanza 3. In the final stanza, the poem delves deeper into the emotional state of the farmers. They are hurt not so much by the harm to the landscape as by the unspoken suffering they endure. They have left the city to set up their roadside stand in a rural area and hope to attract city dwellers who will buy their goods. They seek the financial support that would allow them to improve their lives and achieve a more comfortable existence, akin to the promise of prosperity depicted in movies. However, the news suggests that the government plans to buy out these farmers and relocate them to villages near theaters and stores. This is seen as an attempt to take away their independence and make them dependent on others. The greedy good doers are criticized for enforcing benefits that, although well-intentioned, may not truly benefit the farmers. The poem ends with a sense of resignation and sadness as the speaker laments the unfulfilled longing and the farmers' futile hope of city visitors stopping to inquire about their prices. They have placed their trust in a better future, but their dreams are unfulfilled. The poem closes with the speaker, perhaps metaphorically, wishing that someone could relieve their pain by providing a solution, but then retracts that thought and returns to a sense of acceptance and resignation. The speaker reflects on the complex emotions of longing, despair, and the desire for a better life that pervade the rural landscape.